Hi.
Hey guys.
Oh my God. Guys, Bound for Glory happened. And Hell in a Cell.
I'm just interested to hear what you thought about Raw last night.
I barely watched it, so.
I'm sure you watched this segment though.
No. I've
No.
decided instead of causing myself torture that, I'm gonna just do what I can to make myself feel mentally okay.
Huh.
Yes. I know.
Well,
It's called growth. But I did see screenshots of it, and I'm just like, the fuck? Like, really? He's dressed as the fucking Mad Hatter, and she's dressed as Alice in Wonderland. I'm like, this isn't scary.
but she's keeping when she's in the funhouse, she's keeping the NXT Alexa Bliss, the over the top bubbly fairy, whatever. That's the personality she's keeping with it.
And I hate it. So, you guys want to read the comments I got on my lovely post of saying because after she actually sat on the turnbuckle during Drew and Randy's match.
No, she didn't.
She
She
did.
did it at the very beginning.
Oh, well, whatever. I didn't watch. But anyway, people are like, "Oh my God, it's kind of creepy." And I was like, "That's not fucking creepy." Well, apparently.
Well, she's sitting there like laughing, but it wasn't like evil laughing. It was just like giggling.
And she's wearing like a fucking little ruffly jean dress. And that looks like something like a 10-year-old would wear.
Yeah, it was very, very childlike for sure.
Yeah. And listen, you ready? Here we go. Okay. It is a little creepy. She looks like a doll that came to life. It's creepy. And I'm like, no. What do you mean? Alice in Wonderland is totally creepy. No, it's not. A friend of mine, standing streamer, who I was on his show over the weekend, said he loved it. And I said, of course you did, because he wants to, you know what, Alexa. And then I got, she's adorable. She poisoned a rabbit for no reason and then laughed when Bray was beating him to death with a stick. That's creepy.
Yeah, she did poison him with tea.
Okay, for one, Ramblin is the sweet prince. We do not hurt him. How dare you? How dare you, ma'am? And two, there was only one person in my comment section that said, yeah, why did they do it? But here's their reasoning. You ready? And it's a man. I love how they take the prettiest girl on the whole roster who looks like a perfect doll to play a scary role. How that anybody is into the storyline is beyond me. They should have this role for somebody who's even creepier than the Fiend. I'm like,
what?
Oh, okay. So you're saying somebody ugly needs to play? Is that where we're going with this? Like,
Apparently.
I'm like, why would you take the prettiest girl? I'm like, okay, dude, your boner is showing. Like, literally. Like, really? Like, yeah. So, who knows where this is going? But I've decided not to be angry anymore because they're just going to go with it.
They are going to go with it.
They're going to go with it. But guess what? I will prove how it should look this weekend. Because it's Halloween, damn it. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Sure.
It is. And then you know what happens November 1st?
What?
Christmas. Hey, I have been alternating Hallmark Christmas movies with slasher films.
Oh.
Let me tell you, it is actually the perfect mix. Like, you start to feel almost too optimistic. So then, like, you have to turn on something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre to make yourself unoptimistic.
I can't relate to that.
You know, it's almost too happy. But then a couple of them did make me cry. There were a couple of them. They got some tears. I was like, okay, you succeeded because I'm crying a little. But yeah. So instead of watching Raw, I watched some wonderful Christmas movies. And you know what I've realized? Because I've been watching them for the past 4 days, literally at all hours of the day and night. I've realized that the plot is literally the same in like 70% of them.
Well, yeah.
Like literally the same plot. But yet they have different people. And it's not a bad thing.
What is the plot?
The plot is usually girl or guy moves to town, and there is somebody, girl or guy, trying to save their business / town from being purchased by land developers who are Scrooges, and this person is very much into Christmas, and the town / business / street is always named something Christmas. Yes.
And sometimes they're moving back home.
Yes, that happens too.
Yeah.
Or and at least one of them have a kid. There's always a kid.
There's always the old boyfriend or the old crush.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, you know what though? The one that made me cry last night, it was okay. So the girl is a baker.
Oh,
and
that's common.
She returns home to Georgia.
Oh.
She's from Georgia, and she's entering the national gingerbread competition. And she had just broken up with her boyfriend, who is a real estate developer. And when she gets there, she falls in love for her old boyfriend from high school, who has a kid. And she wins. And that old boyfriend tries to propose to her because he's a land developer and he's a Scrooge. And then the boyfriend sees it and she's like, oh no. And then they end up getting together in the end.
Oh.
Yeah. All by Christmas.
Right.
All by Christmas. And I'm like, if only it was that easy. God. If only it was that easy. Yeah. Believe me, I've been watching them all, guys. And then after a little while, I start to get very optimistic about life. And then I'm like, we need to watch something spooky. Got to balance it out. You know? Little here, little there. But yeah, so instead of watching Raw, I watched Christmas movies. I'm recording a few of them because there's a couple of them where the prince gets a flat tire or some shit in small town Podunk, America, and the prince stays with the girl during Christmas.
Ah.
I know.
God. A real prince?
Well, he plays a prince on the TV.
He's a prince driving his own car?
Well, no, he's a driver.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It premieres Sunday.
What's it called?
Let me look. Oh, shit. Hold on. I Googled it last night because some dude from Broadway's in it. I think he was in, oh, fuck, what is that called? I totally lost it. He was in a couple things. Oh, he was in the Catch Me If You Can musical. Yeah. So Hallmark Christmas movies. Gotta love them. Okay. And let me tell you, they've been coming out with all the new ones. Like there's only been a couple from 2014 and everything else was like more current. Oh, and then the other one I'm going to watch is the 12th Day of Christmas.
Huh.
Oh, 12th Date of Christmas. And they're making an app where you are how to spend Christmas with like your boyfriend, but they're not together. And then they fall in love through the course of like setting up these dates for people while creating this app. Yeah. The Prince one is called One Royal Holiday.
Of course it is.
Of course. God. If you didn't know, Christmas is my second favorite holiday of the year. And believe me, it's not because I see my own family. Yeah. That's
it's
like the worst
Hallmark
part.
movie.
It's Hallmark movies and shopping. But anyway, Anyway, guys, enough about Christmas movies, which I might be dressed as Sister Abigail watching some. That'll be great. I'll just be like, why'd you trust him? Shouldn't have trusted him. Either that or I'll watch Bride of Chucky again for like the 6th time. Anyway, that is right, guys. I am going to be Sister Abigail. Jen, you've seen kind of pieces of the costume.
Yeah, but not the whole thing.
Yeah, we haven't really decided how I'm gonna do this exactly, but it'll look good. I have faith that it will.
Are you having trick-or-treaters or what?
Well, I don't know. We could. If not, I'm just gonna make TikToks all night. If not, I'm just gonna make TikToks all night.
Well, I didn't know what was going on there. Like, if
I mean, there's like 3/4 of my street has Trump signs, so I'm assuming they don't care. So yeah, I mean, I could have trick-or-treaters. It's possible. And if not, I'll just sit and eat candy and watch Christmas movies just Sister Abigail. Yeah. I mean, I assume that's what she does in that window. Like, he walks out and she's like, finally, and turns on the Christmas movies. Right?
maybe.
You know she eats that candy, though.
Definitely.
She throws the Tootsie Rolls to Huskus because those are the worst. They are. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm like really concerned about Smackdown now, though, because like I realize, hey, Smackdown's on Friday, and that's the day before Halloween, so there's gonna be some stupid shit on there, isn't there?
Ah.
Yeah.
Or those matches where they're dressed up and there's a jack-o'-lantern on a pole or whatever.
Yeah, remember when Gallows and Anderson versus the Revival was the trick-or-treat street fight, and Carl had a jack-o'-lantern put on his head?
I remember.
Yeah, and then the 4 guys looked at each other like, why are we fucking doing this? But yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see something good. I highly doubt it, though. Good news if you're a fan of Elias has an album. And it has beaten Hamilton on the soundtracks.
What?
Yes! It is the #1 soundtrack in the country.
How's it a soundtrack?
I don't know. But let me tell you, I have listened to it, and it isn't bad. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. His version of Amazing Grace. I am not religious, but man, he took me to church there for a minute.
Huh.
I know. And literally everybody was like, holy shit.
How is it a soundtrack?
I don't know. Maybe because they're like, oh, he's a character on a TV show. I don't know. I don't make the categories. I just report the news.
Interesting.
But it is kind of a bop. Not going to lie, guys. I ended up finding it on Spotify, and I was like, you know what? Not bad. It's better than the first. I feel like the first was super gimmicky. The second one feels like it's more of like an actual, actual music, actual songs.
Interesting.
I know. So yeah, if you are a fan of Elias, or if just want to check it out, it's worth your time. It's only 4 songs too, so it's real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, real quick. That's the best part. I'm like, 4 songs? I could do 4 songs. Yeah. So Bound for Glory happened.
And tell us all about it.
Well, I was disappointed in some things and very happy about other things. No, guys, I'm just going to preface this. I'm watching Impact right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally on my TV right now. So, if anything cool, Rosemary's wedding's tonight. So, we'll have a little, yes, she's getting married tonight. Anyway, let's talk about what happened at Bound for Glory, though. So, the first match, and this was, I believe, on the pre-show, we had the Deaners versus the Rascals. And it was just a basic tag match. It wasn't very long at all. Like, literally, probably only 5 minutes. But the Deaners did win, which I wasn't too shocked about. But, oh well. And then we had one of the best matches of the night. And that was for the X Division Championship. And it was the 6-way intergender scramble. So in the match, we had Rohit Ranju, who was the champion. We had Chris Bay, Jordan Grace, TJP, Trey from the Rascals, and Willie Mack. And it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match. And I think they gave everybody like ample time. So it wasn't, I mean, it was like 15 minutes long. You know, Jordan had her spots. But I am not happy with the results. Because Rohit Ranju stole it back. So he retained. Which we both were saying that somebody else should take it. And it didn't happen. I really thought it was going to be Chris Bay. I really did.
Who you were pulling for.
Yeah. That or Jordan Grace. Because Jordan is really good. So then they had the intergender Call Your Shot Gauntlet. So there were a bunch of stipulations on this match, and a lot of people were confused. So the winner can choose a championship match with anybody. So say Taya won. Taya could go for any title. And there were 20 wrestlers, and we had a return. A big return.
Ooh.
It was Mr. James Storm.
Interesting.
I know.
Too bad he didn't have Bobby Roode with him.
I know. I'm like, Bobby, you can't just like get fired somehow. Like, anyway, you could just, get out of your contract. Because, he's there. Could have Beer Money again. The Good Brothers versus Beer Money. I mean, that just writes itself.
That's true.
It does. Anyway, but the other stipulations were for Heath and Rhino. So the stipulation was if Heath nor Rhino won, they were both out. No contract for Heath, and Rhino would be fired.
Oh, wow.
Now, if Heath won, he got his contract, or Heath and Rhino. So if Heath or Rhino won, Heath gets his contract, and they get a title match of any choosing, whoever won. Well, guys, Rhino went the distance. He entered at number 1.
Oh, wow.
He did. And he won the whole damn thing after Heath hurt himself. He got hurt. So, Heath got hurt. But tonight on Impact, Heath was there. With Rhino.
Oh.
And, he's going to want a tag team title shot. Heath and Rhino as a tag team. And you know what though? I think this works because I don't think it'll happen until the pay-per-view in January. Because they don't have pay-per-views every month.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they'll have it happen until January. So Heath has enough time to get himself where he needs to be before doing this. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I think that they won't do it until the next pay-per-view. So. Then we had a cinematic match. EC3 versus Moose. And EC3 definitely took me. There were shades of the old EC3 from like Impact, like Trouble EC3. There were shades of that. I I had very low expectations for it. Like, very low expectations. And I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, I love it. But, like, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So, not bad. Then we had the newest member of the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame, Ken Shamrock. By the way, guess who inducted him into the Hall of Fame?
The Rock.
The Rock. Never thought I'd see The Rock on Impact. But you know what? I kind of want it now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm like the only person who wants it, but I'm like, I kind of want it. So Ken Shamrock defeated somebody who is in my heart, Eddie Edwards. Yeah. I was like, why? Why? But I knew why. But why? I knew they just put him in the Hall of Fame. They're not gonna have him lose on the pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah. And then finally, one of the matches we were all looking forward to, the 4-way tag team match for the tag team titles. The North versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Good Brothers versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton.
And what happened?
Well, the North literally came out, like Motor City Machine Guns were at the top of the ramp, like they were coming out, and the North attacked Chris and Alex. But the best part is you can look at the ring while this is happening, and you can just see Gallows and Anderson going, what the fuck? Like, they're looking at each other like, what the fuck? He's like, I don't know. He's like, should we? But it's funny, they're like, should we do something? He's like, no, let's just stay here. Okay. So, like, they're just standing there like, okay. They're like, okay, we're just going to watch and see what happens. But it's so funny. Like, you could kind of see the conversation between them. Like, do we help them? No, we're not helping them. Like, Carl's like, do we go? No, we don't go. So that basically took Alex Shelley out. And he actually does have a neck injury.
Oh, wow.
Because he did a pile driver on the top of the stage.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. I don't think he broke his neck, but I think he did something. So then the ref was like, Chris, what do you want to do? You want to forfeit it? Do you want to stay in? Like, what do you want to do? Well, Chris decided to go out there and fight for the belts.
Oh, gosh.
By himself. Spoiler alert.
Didn't work.
It did not work. Did not work. But let me tell you, he fought his heart out. He gave it a Daniel Bryan-sized effort. And the North won.
Really?
Yeah. Like, there's only one person I've talked to who's made sense of this to me. Everybody else I talked to is like, what the fuck are they thinking? Like, really? So I was talking to Mike, the cabbie from Chicago, and he loves the North. Which I said, okay, that's treasonous, but go on. And he said, it's treachery. There's treachery afoot. Anyway, he said, think about it this way. Are you going, because the Good Brothers are, like, they're tweeners, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kind of just are badasses and do whatever the fuck they want. They're stone cold, basically. And he's like, are you going to have them beat Chris Sabin by himself?
That's a good point.
And he goes, think about it this way. The pay-per-view in January, what's going to happen when the Good Brothers defeat the North? And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah. Like, well, that makes sense then. He's like, they'd have to either go over the North right then and there. She's like, they're not going to do. they'd have to beat Chris Sabin on his own, which they're not going to do. Or they'd have to beat Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, who I love them as a team, but they were kind of the afterthought of the match. Like, out of the match in the performance, oh, Good Brothers are on the TV right now. They are talking to the North. And Carl has his little short shorts on. He's wearing trunks again, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I decided if we're going to cosplay as the Good Brothers again, my outfit is made. He is wearing sweatpants, a tank top, and a trucker hat. Yes! Thank you. Like, what are you doing? I'm here. What are you?
I'm jealous.
Who are you dressed as? I'm Gallows. You're in sweatpants. I know.
It's great.
It's great. Jen over here is in short shorts showing off her butt.
Yay!
Yay! Like, I'm just to lounge. Like, I'm just gonna sit around, do nothing. I have my trucker. Oh God, they're beating the shit out of him. Oh God, Gallows and Anderson. Oh God, Gallows is me. They're in the fight. They're pushing Carl back. He's like, I'm okay. And Gallows like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And Carl's like, I'm all right. Why are they us? But like dudes.
No, like, I think in any friendship you can. There's two different types of personalities.
But they're like really us. We're just like outspoken, just like them, and we talk about sex.
That's true.
We haven't done it in a while.
No.
Not my problem. Anyway, I was just drinking my water. Anyway, we had kind of treachery on this one because Kylie Rae was supposed to face Deonna Purrazzo, and Kylie wasn't there. And we don't know why.
She's got all kinds of problems, doesn't she?
I don't know. But in the place of Kylie Rae, we got somebody I like better. Fucking Su Yung returned. She's no longer, well, she might be. Well, she wasn't Susie tonight. She was Su Yung tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My second favorite spooky bitch on Impact is back. The first is Rosemary, obvious. She's getting married tonight.
I heard.
Yeah. Taya is her maid of honor, I believe. I'll have to show you the outfit she had on the other night. She had a bedazzled, so she had this white outfit on, and underneath it, she had a silver bedazzled bra.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. Oh, I like that. I like that outfit. Anyway, and the shocking thing happened. Su Yung defeated Deonna Purrazzo.
Interesting.
I know. And finally, in a decision that I don't agree with, but oh well, Rich Swann defeated Eric Young for the Impact World Championship.
What?
Right?
He is not the face of a company.
No. Like, I was talking to a few people. The workhorse is obviously Eddie Edwards. That man just works, like, busts his ass all the time. The people who brand themselves the best are the Good Brothers. They have a fucking, like, liquor line coming out. Because reasons.
Huh.
Then you have the North. They're the workhorses of the tag division. You have Sami Callihan, who I'll tell you right now, in that match, in the gauntlet match, he actually showed a lot of responsibility. So I kind of think he might be maturing and becoming kind of like a leader.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that would be great, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I just don't understand. I mean, it was kind of nice that Su Yung and Rich went on the same night because they're married. So that's kind of cute. Yeah, that's kind of cute. But like, still, I don't understand the booking. Like, I
wait a minute. Is this the The one that he got in the domestic dispute with?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But apparently, like, hold on. Apparently WWE kind of jumped the gun on firing him, though, because it came out that, like, it was a misunderstanding. Like, the people who called the cops were like, oh my God, he's getting really angry and upset with her. But, like, they interviewed Sue and she's like, he didn't even touch me. But then, like, when they heard domestic dispute,
Right.
WWE was like, you're fired. So apparently he didn't do that. Apparently he was just yelling at her and kind of like had his hands like, you know, when like you're yelling at somebody, you have your hands like on the side of their head, like you're pinning them to the wall, but like yelling at them.
Right.
Which is still like abusive because you're verbally abusing somebody, but like he was doing that and they're like, oh my God, he's gonna hit her. Which, seeing Sue Young, like at the time I didn't know who Sue Young was, so I was like, I mean, I could see it, but now I'm like, she would hit him back if he hit her, she'd hit him back. So like, yeah, I'm not saying I really like him, but you know, I'm just not a fan of him because I feel like he doesn't have like, he's just kind of like a kind of a WWE baby face. He's like, yeah, like he shows up, he's smiling, and you know, there's not much there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just not much there. So anyway, there you go. But yeah, I actually really liked Bound for Glory. There were a couple things I would have changed personally, but I feel like it's going to lead to the next pay-per-view. So yeah, I think it was good. So Hell in a Cell was the next night.
Rich looks kind of different.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell.
I liked the Roman and Jay match. I really did.
So this
it dragged a little bit at the end, like he was trying to get him to give up before Jimmy came out.
I feel like they could have cut like 5 minutes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that pay-per-view, I liked the cell matches. I did. Drew and Randy was probably, I mean, it wasn't like my least favorite match of the night, but like out of like the big 3 matches, it was my least favorite. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I really liked Roman and Jay. I really liked the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Sasha and Bailey for like the athletic ability. Like it was a decent match.
Mm-hmm.
Am I 100% behind the storyline? No. But did they put on a good show? Yes. Everything else was like, this is like hard to watch.
I don't know if I saw anything that I thought was hard to watch.
I just got bored. I was like, I could be watching something else. Really, that was my first thought. I was like, I could watch something else right now. Like, I wasn't entertained. I think that's the gist of it, is I just wasn't entertained. Like, Otis and The Miz. I was like, oh, Tucky turned on Otis. Oh, man.
I mean, I was honestly a little bit surprised by that.
I was like, oh, okay. Then, like, you know, the other matches, like, I feel bad for Shane Thorne after that. Like, the poor sexy man gets put in a mask, and then he's, like, put out there, and he's like, here, you are in this stable that has never won a match, and now you're going to go out there, and you're going to face Roberto Lashley for his belt, and you're probably not prepared because this seems really fucking thrown together, and you lost.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So for me, it was just like, yeah, just not a fan of it. So, and even last night, I mean, I did not like Raw last night. Of the things I've heard, because I didn't watch it, but the things I heard, I did not like it.
I'm trying to think of what all happened. It wasn't bad.
At one point, Retribution pretended they had the hives.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Which I was like, hey, remember when Mia Yim was having like 5-star matches in NXT? Me too. And then what else? Oh, apparently the part that I would have been like so into, they had off TV.
What?
Drew stabbed Randy in the
Yeah.
eyeball with a pencil. And I'm like, so this is Drew's second stabbing, and like I didn't get to see it. Because he stabbed Mox the first time. Stabbed him in the thigh. And now Randy got in the eyeball. Like, come on, Vince. You've got to be joking me. Like, I would have loved to see that. You know. But also our girl Peyton Royce had her heart broken.
Had her heart broken.
She's not on the team.
Oh, yeah. It's Lana.
Because, you know, we broke up the Iconics for this.
She looked good, though.
She looked really good. And, like, when they showed her, like, I saw the video and they showed her after, and she's, like, sitting on the outside of the ring. She looks like she's about to cry. And I'm like,
well, at least she's not tagged with Lacey anymore.
Yeah.
Because that was something else.
This is the thing. I think they're going to have to put the Iconics back together.
We'll see.
It's obvious the experiment's not working. Like, people are like getting even angrier by the week. They're like, you know, Peyton, you should. They're like, we know when you and Billy were together, and I'm like, yeah, when you and Billy were together.
Did Peyton want this singles thing, or was that all Vince?
I think they probably promised her something like, you know, making it sound more lucrative. Like, oh, don't worry. Like, Billy will get her own thing, and you're going to have a shot at titles, and you're going to have all this. And she was probably like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. And then, like, that's not what happened.
I don't know. I think it's too soon to tell, but it's not looking good so far.
No. Like.
And I haven't seen Billy since, so.
Yeah, Billy's gone. Yeah. Which that's even more heartbreaking. It's like, where's Billy? Like, it's very obvious that Vince wants nothing to do with Billy.
All right.
And Peyton, obviously, they have nothing for her. So the fact that they broke up the Iconics did nothing.
I just don't understand why all of a sudden they're throwing all this stuff at Lana. She got a title shot. She got the last spot on the team. Like,
you say that, and then you realize she gets put through a table at least once.
Yeah, but obviously that's a storyline they're building there too. I don't really know what it is.
God, it's gonna be her and Natty for the fucking belts, isn't it?
Maybe.
Her and Natty are gonna defeat Nia and Shayna.
She's gonna have a title. Oh gosh.
And not only that, but then people are gonna be pissed. They're like, oh yeah, that's believable. Lana beat Shayna Baszler. Totally believable. Like, I don't know what fucking universe you'd have to be in to be like, yeah, that would happen. Totally. Like, there's no universe where that would ever happen without shenanigans. It's just, like, right now I'm watching a tag match on Impact, and there's just, like, the quality of the match and of the storytelling and everything is just there, and it's good, and you just sit there and go, why? Like, why, Vince? It's not that hard. For the love of God. Like,
apparently it is.
Apparently it's difficult. But my theory is Vince only sees women as, like, unless they're like an attraction like Ronda or the 4 Horsewomen. he sees them as like, unless you're blonde with big tits, you really have no purpose in this world.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. And the reason he keeps Shayna happy is because he knows if he keeps Shayna happy, Ronda will come back.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I think I have him figured out. I think. I could be wrong.
That makes total sense.
But I feel like I figured it out. Anyway, guys, we had the D1 Classic.
That's always there for this. That doesn't let us down.
Yeah, that never lets us down. And this week I don't think it did disappoint. Let's go to our results, shall we? We had our first ever tie. Like, we always either get like one vote like very last minute, or we always get like, you know, a blowout. But this time we had a tie, which was shocking. I did not think it was going to be a tie. Like, I was genuinely surprised that we had a tie. And that tie was with the team, with the match that I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be a blowout. Like, yeah, ELP and Batista was a tie.
Who would have thought that?
Who would have thought? And I'm like, either Batista's not as popular as we think he is.
I think his politics may have swayed some people.
Oh, well, ELP believes the same thing, so like,
Oh, I don't know then.
plus he's Canadian. You know. Anyway. So we had to defer to our Will Ospreay loving friend to tell us what she thought. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. With 50% of the vote plus one tiebreak vote, ELP is moving on to the next round.
I'm surprised.
I think that's the shocker of the whole thing so far. Like, holy balls. This is a thing. So now ELP has moved on. But in addition, we did have one where it was not a blowout.
No.
Poor Dango had 0 votes. Though we did have one comment where a guy said, I meant to vote for Dango, but I clicked on Cesaro instead. And I was like, we're not counting that. So Cesaro got 100% of the vote, which Jen, I think we might be onto something with this secret billionaire.
I think so.
We might.
I mean, how can you vote against him? I don't get it.
I voted for him.
Me too.
So there you go. So we have already started every Sunday at 1 a.m. Pacific time. We always start our next week's D1.
Start the week off right.
We start the week off right with the D1. And this week, we already have a tie with 3 days left. So our tie this week was another one where I was like, there won't be a tie. Oh, there's a tie. And that is in the match of Tama Tonga and Gallows.
That's shocking as well.
There is a fucking tie. Yeah. I
did
voted.
not see that coming.
I mean, y'all know who I voted for. Jen, have you voted yet?
I did.
Who did you vote for?
Yes.
Oh, yay, you decided. You were so on Tama's side for a while, but guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the week that Carl Anderson was on there, I voted for Carl Anderson. Yeah. So guys, we're gonna need some help on this one.
Yeah, let's let Gallows have a better faith than Carl Anderson.
Poor Carl. Like, we were the only two voted for him. Carl, we love you. But Gallows so far is winning more than Carl was. It's 4-4 right now. So we're gonna try to get some more votes on that one, or else we're gonna have another vote from our Osprey loving friend, and I feel like she's gonna go Tama, and I'm not too pleased with that. No. So we gotta get him.
Maybe not.
We gotta get him to win, and then we have another blowout of sorts. Finn Balor has 88.9% of the vote currently, with poor Heath having 11.1%.
Hey, he's got more points than Dango.
He does. I think, is Dango the only one who's had 0? Let me look.
Oh,
Carl had 16. Jay had 46. Seth had 27. Triple H had 36. Batista had 50 in the loss of the tie. Yeah. Mojo had 40%. Shane had 40. Jay Briscoe almost won that one at 49.
no.
Elias had 10. Adam had 39, and Baron Corbin had 8. Yeah, he's the only one who's at 0.
Aw.
Well, yeah. Maybe we'll have to do the final C block vote for, like, out of all the people who lost, who you think should be our miscongeniality of this. Yes. But currently, Finn Balor is wiping the floor with Heath. Anyway, this Sunday, November 1st, we start the difficult week for Jen. Pete Dunne and Jon Moxley.
That's difficult.
And Sami Zayn and Hangman Page. Not as difficult.
No.
But Pete Dunne and Jon Moxley, I do not know who I'm voting for yet.
I'm making a podcast Twitter post about Fandango and how we appreciate him.
We appreciate you, Fandango, because nobody voted for you. Hey, even Baron got more votes than Dango. Baron Corbin had 8%, guys. Which I'm sure...
I mean, let's just be real. Dango is a hot commodity. I mean, he's hot. He's got that going for him.
Apparently not, because nobody voted for him.
But I think he's an attractive man.
I just think it's funny how I'm like, yeah, nobody voted. Hey, Mojo even got more.
I'm trying to find a good Dango gif.
Yeah, good luck.
Like one when he first came back. Remember when he came back to NXT and he had the tan and the jeans and no shirt?
Yeah.
That was a good look.
That was a good look. But guys, the nice thought, the nice thought we have here. After next week, we start the next round. The quarterfinals start. And guess what? On November 8th, guess what our matches are?
What?
Bray Wyatt and Shawn Michaels and Samoa Joe and Andrade.
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. I know who I'm voting for in both. I just don't know who I'm going to vote for in that Pete Dunne and Jon Moxley one.
I think I'm going to have to go for Pete. Can we just talk about Orton appreciated Pete's abs?
He did. He said that he's getting stacked. And I was like, oh, look at them.
Didn't even know he knew who he was, but that's great.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. That is great. So, as always, Vote in the D1. We'll be done with this by Christmas, I bet. This is not really as long as I wanted to go with this, but hey, we couldn't narrow the list.
No.
Plus, it's something to talk about.
I'm looking for the perfect gift still.
Oh, shit. Anyway, Jen, what has been your moment in wrestling this week?
Well, we didn't talk about the fact that Randy beat Drew.
I know. I didn't want to talk about it.
I think that's a moment.
Our sweet, sweet Scottish psychopath.
He'll get it again.
I know, but it's just sad. Like, the thing is, you have to think about it. Like, Edge is, or not, God damn it. Or it's going to hang on to it until Edge comes back.
That's probably what's going to happen.
And then Drew is going to have to defeat Edge for it. And also the Fiend is going to lose a bunch to Randy. Yeah, I do. I more than just think, I know that that's going to happen. I mean, let's just be real. It's going to be Edge and Randy at Mania for the belt.
And there's probably going to be no crowd again.
Most likely.
Makes me sad.
I mean, most likely. It's not going to be me that.
Sad.
But even if there is a crowd, I won't be there. "2022 is when we'll be back."
We hope.
Oh, God. I'm, like, afraid. I'm, like, really afraid of it. I'm like, please. Like, I can't miss another one. Like, I really got to thinking, we're like, oh my God, 2021, maybe we ditch WrestleMania and go to Wrestle Kingdom instead. That won't happen. Then we were like, oh my God, we'll go and, like, you know, since it'll be in LA, we have all this stuff, we'll go to Disneyland. That won't happen.
Nope.
And I'm still mad about this year. So you know what? Like, people were like, oh my God, that was in April. And I'm like, okay. Like, what the fuck else do you want me to think? Like, it's not like anything good has happened to make me forget about it. Yeah,
in anything, not just wrestling, anything.
Yeah, in anything. If anything, things have gotten worse. And probably will get worse next week. Hopefully not, but.
Oh, they will.
Civil War?
I don't have high hopes for next week.
I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared.
We're all doomed.
Oh, yeah, you know, here's a thought. Maybe Japan will take us in as political, for political asylum.
I doubt it.
And we can live in Japan.
No, I don't think so.
Canada it is, then.
Canada would work.
ELP says Vancouver is beautiful. I kind of like the idea of Vancouver. We could do this podcast from Canada.
We could.
And, you know, eventually go to WrestleMania again. My shirt was said, it's been 10 fucking years.
I don't like any of this.
Me either. I have this. See, like, I'm kind of thinking the Christmas movie. Oh, there's Rose. Oh my God, Rosemary is wearing a Beetlejuice vest. Is she in a dress or is she just in a suit? Oh, she's wearing. Okay. Taya and Rosemary are dressed as Beetlejuice and Lydia. Oh my God. Oh my God. Also, I want Rosemary's makeup case because it says, let's do our makeup and die.
Oh my gosh.
And his dress is shaped like a coffin.
Seems a little extreme.
No. That would be another one we could do. Taya and Rosemary. I'm like afraid, is she actually going to sacrifice him? Because if that's the case, well, Bray, you could have had it. You could have fucking done it, buddy. And yet you're playing Alice in Wonderland with the child.
Oh my goodness.
She's actually younger than me, so I can't say that. I'm just saying, like, I'm sitting here like, I wanted demonic possession. I wanted fucking, like, sacrificing virgins and shit.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
They're doing it on Impact. Rosemary's only marrying this dude because he's a virgin.
Oh my gosh.
So she can sacrifice him. Duh. You could sacrifice, like, I don't know. None of them are virgins. Who am I kidding? You could sacrifice somebody, right? Oh, Gallows versus Ethan Page is next week.
Oh.
See, guys, this is a lot more fun when Jen is watching the program with me instead of me watching it and Jen going, oh, that's nice. Seriously.
Good for them.
Oh my God, is the wedding happening? I think it's happening. Oh my God, this is it, Jen. The wedding is about to happen.
You think it's gonna go through?
Oh my God, it looks so cool though.
Oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian's turning 40.
Yeah.
40.
Oh my God, everybody's in Halloween costumes.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, she's 40.
40.
Kim Kardashian's irrelevant. Okay, but I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, Hornswoggle's the Ream Bear.
Is this a real show?
What?
Zach and Kelly are back in Saved by the Bell.
Yes, it's
trailer.
November 25th.
It's a real show?
Yes, November 25th.
Well, but they're in. Is Zach the principal? What is happening?
No, he's the mayor.
What?
Yeah. Oh my God, it is so cute.
Why did I not know about this?
I don't know, but this is the most. I'm going to have to send you the video of this because this is adorable. Okay, she's coming out.
Jesse's in it? I'm sorry, I'm totally distracted. Oh, and Slater's the PE teacher?
Yeah.
Where is this? Oh, this is going to be on Peacock?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have it if you need it. Okay, the groom is in an all-white suit. So, yes, he's being sacrificed.
Why did nobody not tell me there's a Saved by the Bell reboot? I
thought you knew.
No, I didn't know.
I thought you flipping knew.
No, I didn't know.
I totally was like, yes. Oh God. Oh my God, Father James Mitchell is going to be doing the ceremony. Guys, this is the content you watch for. Jen freaking out.
The content we watch for is AC Slater being the PE coach, and is confused. Is Jesse like the counselor or something, or the principal? I am so confused. What is happening right now?
I don't know, but I'm trying to watch a wedding.
This is important here.
It's not. It's been out for.
I didn't know about this at all.
Oh my God. Okay, this is adorable. Everybody's in Halloween costumes, Jen. Do you think I could do that for my wedding?
Let's be Saved by the Bell characters for Halloween.
This year's too late.
Oh my Bayside God. Tiger. We could get the Bayside Tiger sweatshirts like Kelly and Jesse had.
Oh my God, Jen.
They're not focusing on what's
Crazy
important.
Steve is giving her away.
I don't even know who that is. You're not focusing on what's important here. We could get the crop top sweatshirts that have the Bayside Tigers on it.
I'm really not. Oh my God. I really kind of think we should do this Rosemary and Taya idea.
I think we should be Kelly and Jesse.
Why? I don't want to be Jessie. Can I be Lisa Turtle?
I'll be Jessie.
Can I be that one chick with the motorcycle who showed up for like one season?
Lisa's not even on this show. No, you don't want to be her either. I will be Jessie and you can be Kelly.
I don't really want to be Kelly though.
Well, then I'll be killing you, be Jessie.
Oh my god, is it okay, her bouquet looks really pretty. Oh my god,
You can
what's
be
gonna
Jessie
happen?
before Showgirls.
What if I want to be Jessie after Showgirls?
No, nobody
What if
wants
I want to come out?
nobody wants to be Jessie after Showgirls, okay?
Hey,
That is not a
Showgirls
good
wasn't
look.
that bad.
Ew.
I mean, only because if you put it as like Jessie doing it, it really
those
isn't that bad.
faces she made and the noises.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
no.
hey,
Where she looks like she's being electrocuted like an eel in the pool. I don't know.
Hey,
about
that's
that.
why you picture it as Jessie Spano doing it, and it makes it really funny. It's a comedy.
Make more sense. I mean,
Hey,
it makes more sense.
It's a comedy. And then you think like, oh my god, she's electrocuting like an eel in the pool because she took too many caffeine pills again.
Oh my god. I just poked myself in the eye. Ow.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Is somebody gonna Oh my god.
Well, it premieres November 25th for any of you that were like me and had no clue. On Peacock.
I'm watching a wedding right now.
Yeah, well, I'm watching something much more important. I don't even know who you're talking about. Crazy
Rosemary.
Steve or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know who Crazy Steve is. I have no idea who that is.
Crazy Steve is Rosemary's brother from Decay. You know who else was in Decay? Abyss. And we met Abyss.
Myself in the eye.
Well, oh my god, he says the Addams Family lyrics as their vows. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, she's gonna sacrifice his ass. She's going into this way too willingly. She's sitting there and he's like, we're gonna be together forever. And she's like, oh god, this is great. You're gonna have to watch this because this shit is hilarious.
You can send me a video. I will watch
I will, because she's like, she's acting way too like, oh yeah, we're getting married. We're getting married. Oh my god, this is great, guys. If you're not watching Impact, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Also, Jen, I do approve of the gift.
Good.
Yes. It's beautiful. I like it. So, this week in wrestling is going to be kind of like bleh again.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, she's going to sacrifice him, all right. Oh, she's getting ready. And everybody's looking at her like, what the fuck? Oh, God, yeah, she's going to... Jen, she's going to do it. She has to marry a virgin to sacrifice him. See, this is what the Firefly Funhouse is missing. Virgin sacrifice.
I guess so.
But it has to be like fucking who's a terrible person? Like, okay, I don't know. I haven't quite figured out who it's going to be yet. But, yeah. But let's talk about, guess what is tomorrow?
What?
Halloween Havoc on NXT.
I don't even know what the matches are.
Okay. Well.
I didn't watch NXT last week. Oh my gosh, I think I cut my eye. Not my eye, but my eyebrow.
Let's talk about the matches then. And you can talk about what you think. Because for me personally, I think there's only one match that I'm like really looking forward to. Let's talk about this, shall we? Okay. The match I'm looking forward to is Io versus Candice. And Shotzi is going to have the spin the wheel. Also, the other thing I'm so looking forward to, Shotzi's costume changes.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. The lights went out. Somebody's coming. Wait. Was that a gunshot? Did somebody just get shot?
I doubt
my God! They shot the Virgin!
What?
The Virgin has been shot.
Oh my
At
god.
the
Did they
wedding.
say I do yet?
Yes, they were about to kiss. Oh my god, it's a murder mystery now. Because I don't know if Rosemary did it because she doesn't have a gun.
He's dead?
They're saying he's shot. They didn't say he's dead.
You called it a murder mystery.
But Rosemary does not have a gun, so we're like, now who shot him? Because Rosemary didn't have a gun.
Mm.
God, that would be hilarious. She's like, I shot him and I'd do it again. I don't think Rosemary did it. Anyway, Io and Candace, I'm really excited about. Also, there's going to be a costume contest between the announcers.
No.
Yeah. They're going to have costumes on. So the spin the wheel, there are possibilities on there. Here are the possibilities. We have a lot of matches that are very, 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 very gimmicky. But it might be interesting. We have a coal miner's glove on a pole match. We have a blindfold match. We have a casket match. We have a Chamber of Horrors match. Is that like the House of Horrors?
Possibly.
We have a biker chain match, which I hope gets selected. We have a buried alive match. We have a Devil's Playground match. Again, is that like the Ambrose Asylum match? We have a Boiler Broom match. We have Shotzi's Choice.
Ah.
We have Weapons Wild, which any weapon goes. We have a Trick or Treat street fight, and then we have TLS, Tables, Ladders, and Scares.
Oh.
Yes. Anyway, yes, we're going to have the costume contest with the announcers, and in that match, I think the fans are going to win.
True.
I think that'll just be fun and exciting. And then we have Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Lumis in a Haunted House of Terror match. Again, is that like a House of Horrors match? Did Bray like rent out his house for this? Like, I have questions. There's questions. So in this match, I don't know who's gonna win because Dexter Lumis like kind of freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
He like really freaks me out. But I think Cameron Grimes is just like steampunk Daniel Bryan, so I don't necessarily like him either. So I guess we're going to go with Cameron Grimes.
No, I'm gonna do Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, either way, I'm like, I'm not super excited about this one. So, and then we have Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez. I'm gonna go Rhea. I'm going Rhea. I feel like Dakota will try to pull some shit. We have Johnny Gargano versus Punishment Martinez in a spin the wheel, make a deal match where Shotzi will come out and spin the wheel. I think this will be a buried alive match. I really do.
And who will win?
I think it'll be Johnny.
I'm gonna say Punishment still.
See, I would like Punishment, but I have a feeling.
And yes, we're calling him by the wrong name.
Yes, we are very much aware of this. Anyway, again, we're the same people who are like, oh my God, they'll never be the Viking Raiders. They're always going to be War Machine. We're those people. Then we have Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae and another spin the wheel, make a deal match. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a third person added to this match, possibly. Because Shotzi's choice. Shotzi's choice. And what's Shotzi going to choose if she gets Shotzi's choice?
I don't know.
I mean, she could pick a stipulation, or she could put herself in the match and win it. on the night of her goddamn show.
True.
She could. If that doesn't happen, though, I think Candace and Johnny are going to walk out with the belts, and everybody will be mad about it.
Could be.
And I also think that it will be a street fight or the tables, ladders, and scares match. Which I don't know necessarily what that is, but I want to see Candice LeRae in a ladder match. So, yes.
I wonder what the scares would be.
Alexa in that 10-year-old outfit running around. I'm like, wow, that's scary. All right. That's terrifying. Billy's career now. Be like, don't go to the main roster. Here's why. This is why. Yeah. Sound about right?
Sounds right.
Sounds right to me. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be really exciting tomorrow. But I mean, now we're on the road to Survivor Series. And there's already been matches announced, which I don't know how I feel about announcing the matches like this early. You know what I mean?
When is it again?
It is November 22nd. And they've announced
and they're not putting in NXT this time.
No, which is the stupidest choice. But 6 matches have already been announced. So we have obviously the Raw versus SmackDown's men's and women's. And of course we're going to find out how SmackDown is going to do their thing. But on Raw we already have Keith Lee, AJ Styles, and Sheamus on the men's team, and Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana on the Raw team. Shayna, you poor woman. I feel for you. Then we have a hash up of one of the worst feuds ever. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
It's going to be a shit show.
Hey, are Bobby's sisters gonna show up for this?
I hope not.
I hope not too, but hey, you never know. They're family. And then we have the New Day, what's left of the New Day, versus the Street Profits. I think it'll be a good match. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. I'm going to go Asuka, obviously, already. And then Randall Keith Orton versus Roman Reigns with Paul fucking Heyman.
Well, we all know that Roman's going to win unless someone interferes.
I have a feeling the Fiend will fuck with them both.
Maybe.
He's like, listen, I hate you both. And I'll be like, yeah. And then Alexa will show up and I'll be like, I'm turning my TV off. You had me until you showed up.
Oh, man.
Oh, man is right. My God. But I just think it's weird to announce them like this early. But I mean, maybe I'm just used to the like not having the card ready until like the day of. So like the fact that they're like on top of this is like, oh my God.
That's true. There's time to build something. That's good.
Yeah, which is very strange. But that would be the one thing though, is I would add in NXT.
Yeah.
I would add them
that
in.
last year.
Yeah, that last one was like one of the better ones in the past few years. Yeah. So, anyway. Oh God, Rosemary's not happy, guys. Rosemary's like, how convenient. Johnny was shot. But she's like, it's not with like a winky face or a smirky face. It's more like I was about to fucking do that.
Someone stole my thunder.
Somebody stole the thunder at my wedding. Oh my god, that is great. Okay, you know how people are like, I like my wrestling serious. Like, it's shit like this that makes me laugh. Like, I need this shit sometimes because, like, as much as I love New Japan, sometimes I could be like, okay, we get it. You're serious. Other than Jay, obviously. Because, you know, it's Jay. We all love Jay. You know.
Oh crap! I almost spilled my frappuccino. Well,
I
there's not
saw
much
that.
left, but
She was tilting. Anyway, guys, I think it's time because I keep yawning.
I have to make dinner. It's 10
Yeah.
o'clock.
She has to eat. I have to eat as well. I think it's time to hit the dusty trail for the week.
I can't believe there's a Saved by the Bell reboot and you didn't tell me.
I thought you knew.
No, I don't hardly ever get online anymore on like Twitter and stuff, other than to check like
It's
random shit that I
other
look up.
places as well, darling.
I haven't seen it.
Do you see what I have to deal with, guys?
I just didn't know. I had no clue. No clue.
Oh my god, that's the best part. Somebody was like, man, I feel really bad for Taya. I mean, she just took so long planning this wedding and then somebody got shot. Poor Taya. Anyway, guys, I'm going to I'm going to watch this wedding again because that was good. Anyway, Jen?
I'm going to go make my dinner and take a shower.
Yes.
And I'm going to go vote tomorrow.
I already voted.
Mm.
I hope you guys vote too. Please.
Yes.
For the love of God. But like if you're not going to vote, like, you know, if you're going to vote for the other guy, then don't vote.
No, exercise your right to vote.
Just you can listen to her, but just you know what though? I would really hope that like I mean, I'm not gonna say hope, but I'm assuming that the people who listen to us pretty much know where we lie. And probably fall in the same category for the most part. Because like we're pretty outspoken women with a lot on our minds. And we talk about sex. You know.
And we have more experience than
Yeah.
5 years or whatever that number is.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Our podcast has been around longer than half of that chick's experience. Guys, we're halfway to her experience. Wait, does that mean we can be on the court next?
And I'm sorry, like all political affiliations aside, forget what she, is for or against or whatever. She's
in a fucking cult.
Not even that. She had private practice. It was private practice for 2 years. Has been a judge since 2017. How does that qualify her to be on the Supreme Court?
Cult.
It doesn't matter what political party you're in. I don't understand it. It makes no sense.
Biblical law.
I'm just saying it makes zero sense. And you can't tell me that if she was a Democrat, that Republicans would be saying the same thing. She's not qualified. She's not been a judge. She's not even been a judge 5 years.
I've had like shirts older than that.
It just blows my mind. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. I was giving you reasons. That's why I kept chiming in things.
I know. It just is crazy.
Biblical law. And guys, if there's biblical law, this show can like no longer happen.
I'm going to play one of my favorite TikTokers. I love him. And he posted TikTok today about it, and it was like, I understand you, sir. Hold on. It's worth the minute it's going to take me to find it.
Okay.
And then we will close with that.
Yes.
If you want to find him on TikTok, his handle is the his suite, the TIS suite. And he's hilarious.
Well, this TikTok is for Amy Coney Ferret. So if you're not Amy Coney Ferret, keep on scrolling. You listen here, bitch. You're gonna let me marry somebody with a dick? And you're gonna do it with a smile on your face. You're gonna get up in that pulpit yourself and announce to the whole world that I and my partner are fudge packers in unity. And you're going to do it with a smile. So listen here, Amy Coney Ferret. I don't like you. And I'm coming up to that little courthouse. And when I get to that courthouse, square up, bitch, because I'm finna pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop.
I feel like we all feel that way.
He's hilarious. I love him.
I mean, really, she would probably not like us, like this show.
No,
because we're women who talk about sex. And guess what? Our headships. We don't have headships like her because she's in The Handmaid's Tale. Fuck that.
I wish I could find the one he did about guys catcalling girls in parking lots. I wish I could find it.
So,
I saw.
question,
I'm gonna try
Jen.
to find it.
What about it?
Are you ready to be in Handmaid's Tale?
No, but hold on. Is this it?
This TikTok is for the men in the parking lot that like to catcall women to make them uncomfortable. Let me tell you something, bitch. The girls and the gays, we stick together. And let me tell you something. I didn't grow up gay in the South, in the hood for nothing. Bitch, I love the color orange and I will rock that shit in a New York minute. Try me. So if you are the young lady that was just at the Publix in Longwood, Florida off of Kiva Springs Road, driving the Optima, if you would like somebody to escort you in and out the store, let me know. I'm here for you, boo. I just can't stand straight white men. Y'all are so fucking gross. If anybody wanted to talk to you, they would talk to you. Have a blessed day.
Okay, that is perfect.
Yep.
Oh my god, guess what?
What?
I used my first Southern backhanded have a blessed day today.
Oh.
Because we had the canvassers today. We had one Trump and we had one Biden. So the Trump one, I'm taking the dog to the vet because I'm like not home. You know, my dog had to go to the vet because she had a hangnail. $120 later for a hangnail. Anyway, so the Trump one, I'm sitting at the vet. My camera goes off because we got cameras. There's cameras on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking and I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at his hands and I'm like, he's holding fucking Trump flyers. Like, the fuck? I'm like, well, I'm not home, so whatever. So then, like, my camera goes off again, like, 20 minutes later. And I'm like, okay, that better be Amazon. So I click it. He's back at my house. And I'm like, bitch, I'm still not home. Like, I'm checking out at the vet. Like, and mind you, our vet's like 15 minutes away from the house. So, like, I'm not going to be home for 30 minutes. So then, like, third time, and this is like an hour after that last one. And by then, I like took the dog home and I had to like go pick up her medicine. And I'm not home. And he comes back a third time, Jen. And he's ringing that doorbell. And I'm like, no. No. And I even left the flyers that he left. I left them on the door. Like, nobody's home. Like, dude, it's a fucking Tuesday in the middle of the day. Nobody's home. So finally, a fourth time, I like just got home. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, it better be Amazon with my sister Abigail makeup. Because, like, if it's that Trump guy again, I'm going to be pissed. Guess who it fucking was?
Oh, no.
The fucking Trump guy. And he's like, oh, well, you haven't been home today. I go, who are you? Like, who are you? And I was like, you showed up at my house 4 times today. And I was like, I have a fucking camera. And he's like, so I just wanted to see who you were voting for. And I'm like, well, certainly not Trump. And I was like, and also, even if I was voting for him before, I certainly wouldn't after you came to my house 4 times today.
Mm.
And I was like, listen, I'll be praying for you. Bless your heart, honey. Now leave. And he's like, and I'm like, bye. Bye. Goodbye. I was like, there's like 7 houses down there with Trump signs. Go see them, because listen, I have a Biden sticker on my car. Like, you really think, like, no. But then, like, after that, I was angry, and then Amazon showed up, and I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better because Amazon has shown up with my sister Abigail makeup. All right. We're feeling a little better. Right? We're feeling a little better. And also, in that conversation, I forgot to throw with the conversation with the Trump guy, I was like, so, like, do you live in the neighborhood? Like, because I have this theory of that they're just trucking fucking people in for this shit. I'm like, so do you live in the neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, whereabouts do you live? And he's like, oh, I live over there. And I'm like, over where? Like, what street? Where do you live? And he's like, well, I'm like, oh, so you don't live in the neighborhood. Okay. I was like, okay. Now, you ready for the opposite experience? Mm-hmm. So then this lovely woman in a Tesla pulls up, and I'm like, oh, and she gets out, and she's got a Biden shirt on. I'm like, there's my people. They're here. And she's like, hi, I was just making sure you voted. I'm like, oh, I did. She's like, I live over by the high school over on Patrick. I'm like, I know where that's at. And I'm like, can you believe this? And like, while we're talking, my neighbor, who is a dick, mind you, and I literally wanted to get one of those USB microphones and be like, listen, bro, I heard you cheated on your wife, and the bitch showed up, and they got in a fight at 2 a.m, and I was the only one up in this whole fucking neighborhood, so I heard the whole thing. Yeah, I wanted to pull up and say that shit by their house, because anyway, he's got a backhoe at his house, because like his lawn is still not landscaped. And guess what's on his backhoe?
What?
A fucking Trump flag on his backhoe. And I was like, as you can see, I'm surrounded by idiots. And she's like, oh. I'm like, I know. It's like, yeah. And she's like, I've re-upped my insurance on my Tesla because I'm afraid of these people. I'm like, honey, I know. So like me and the Trump lady, we're having a nice conversation me and the Biden lady are having a nice conversation in the front yard while our neighbors drive by with their trucks with the Trump flags, and I'm like, oh, hello. Also, they had the parade here this weekend, so they're out in force.
Oh.
A 4-mile traffic backup because they decided, that freeway we take when we go to Raw and Smackdown that's always fucked up because of construction. They decided to go 15 miles an hour on that freeway.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So it was a 4-mile backup. Yeah. Good thing I didn't take the freeway this weekend. I had nowhere to go this weekend that was on the freeway. But, like, that's impeding traffic. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I had a parade and it was like the Bray Wyatt parade, and I had a lot of cars, and we were on the freeway going 15 miles an hour, you bet your ass the cops would pull me over.
It's true.
Jen, if you had the anything parade, like fucking anything, you'd get pulled over.
Yep.
Like if you had the Baron Corbin is good parade, it was just you and I going 15 miles an hour on the freeway, we'd get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't get it. But I do get it. But, like, I mean, I'm not going to say it. But you can infer for yourselves.
Yep.
Why they didn't get pulled over. Like, literally, the news channels had their fucking helicopters up. Like, there is a Trump parade on the freeway going, like, 15 miles an hour. Detour on these roads. And I'm like, And then, like, I'm talking to the good Judies on Facebook because I never go on Facebook. And they're like, hey, weren't the Black Lives Matter people doing, like, the same thing? And then, like, the Trump people were saying, like, hey, you can't do that. That's impeding traffic. And I go, well, you're right. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyway. I had a lovely day with, that Biden lady. I was like, you can come by anytime. Not that other guy, though. Fuck him.
No.
I'm like, but you and your Tesla, you can come by anytime.
Oh, man.
I know. Like,
So on that
I
note,
feel like you could, like, question people if they're like coming to your house to do that shit, right?
yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm your neighbor. Okay, well, where do you live?
Yeah. Absolutely. You know where I live, so.
Yeah. And I was like, how'd you get my address? I'm a registered Democrat. Who knows? But that other lady, she's like, oh, yeah, I live over by the school on this lane. And I'm like, I know where that's at. I'm like, I don't need your full address. Like, I just want to know, like, whereabouts you live. Like, you should, like, if I have a cross streets, I could tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the theory continues that all these people are trucked in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys, on that note, vote in the G1. D1. The G1's over. The D1. And, try not
Vote for
to watch
president.
Raw. And vote. Blue. Vote. And also, if you are like me and believe in conspiracy theories, if you are the praying type, you can start praying as you will still the election. Or if you're my type, start looking into political asylum in other countries. It worked for the WikiLeaks guy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to Russia, but it worked for him.
True.
All I'm saying. Unless the reptilians show up.
Oh, God.
But also
Okay.
remember, one last thing. Remember, they did say there's an asteroid that's supposed to hit the Earth on Monday. So, this may not even matter. This could be the last episode.
That's true.
So if that's the case, good night. I love none of you. And Bray, what the fuck were you thinking with that whole thing? That's not even a good Alice in Wonderland. What the fuck were you thinking?
No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't. Like, I'm like, dude, listen. I like the dark version better, and I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know her. We don't go to the Chinese buffet with her. We don't. Though, you know what? If the asteroid doesn't hit the Earth and, like, we aren't launched into a civil war and, we're not in The Handmaid's Tale, Jen and I will eventually be at a Chinese buffet. Eventually.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't it? It'd be a great time. And then you know what? It could be WrestleMania weekend, and then we'll go to Access together. And then, like, we'll go to a bar and maybe run into, people there like we used to.
One day.
One day. That's, like, the only thing getting me through this, guys. Literally, okay, I know we're trying to end this, but one last thing. My therapist told me, imagine the perfect day. And I was like, oh, this is easy. Jen and I wake up wherever WrestleMania is at. We get ready. We go to Access, and while at Access, I see Bray. And when I see Bray, we hug each other, and there's a longing embrace. And then after that, we leave. We see Baron Corbin, and I'm like, oh, there's Baron Corbin. And after that, there's Mojo. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. And then the Iconics are back together. And we take a picture with the Iconics. And then after that, we leave and go to WrestleCon, and we see Rosemary and Allie again, and they're a team again. And then after that, we go to New Japan and see Britt and see Jay White because Jay White's there. And we see the Bullet Club, and Tama's there, and everything's happy. And then afterwards, we get drunk at a bar. We run into wrestlers, and it's a good time. And she's like, that's highly specific. And I'm like, I know. It's like, I have this, like, think about it. Like, that's the perfect day right now.
That's what imaginations are for.
Hey, it would be the perfect day, though. After this, that would be like, okay, I feel okay again. Anyway, guys, enough of me going stir crazy in a pandemic that I didn't plan and I had a sure shot. But whatever. Good night. I love none of you, children. And bye.
Bye.